Scorpio, something in your energy is shifting right now, and if you're listening to this message, it's not by accident. You are being guided here because there's a truth you're meant to hear at this exact moment in your life. Deep inside, you may already feel it, the pull of a change, the whisper of the universe, urging you to walk away from something that has been both familiar and heavy. You may not want to face it, but your soul already knows the time has come. And if you ignore this message, you could miss the very sign that reveals the next chapter of your destiny. Leaving isn't easy for a Scorpio because your heart is loyal, your emotions run deep, and when you give yourself to someone or something, you give your all, which is why the idea of walking away feels like tearing a part of your soul. But the truth is this: staying where you are is no longer safe for your spirit, and the universe is preparing you for something far greater. Though it hurts, you are being called to step forward. In this video, I'll walk you through the hidden reasons behind your need to let go, the spiritual signs that prove your soul is ready, and the transformation that awaits once you're brave enough to move. And if you stay until the very end, I'll reveal the exact symbol the universe will send you when it's truly time to walk away. So don't click away now, Scorpio, because this message could change the way you see your journey. You are stronger than the pain, braver than the fear, and destined for more than what you're leaving behind. So stay with me, because the truth you've been waiting for is about to unfold. Scorpio, the first thing you must understand is that walking away is not just a physical act. It is an emotional storm that shakes you to your very core. Because you are not someone who lets go easily. You cling to memories, to bonds, to promises made in silence. And when life forces you to loosen your grip, the pain feels unbearable, like tearing away a piece of your own heart. You may find yourself lying awake at night, asking why you have to be the one who carries the weight of this goodbye, why the universe keeps testing your endurance. And in those moments, the sadness can feel suffocating. But here's the truth you need to hear. This pain is not punishment, it is preparation. Every time you release what is no longer aligned with your growth, you are creating space for something new, something destined, something far greater than what you are holding on to. Think of it like a garden, Scorpio. If the soil is crowded with weeds and dead roots, new flowers cannot grow. And your soul is that garden right now. The universe is asking you to clear it, even if it hurts, because the seeds of your future cannot sprout unless you make room. Yes, leaving will ache. It will bring moments of doubt, and it will make you feel as though you are betraying yourself or someone you love. But the deeper betrayal would be staying in a place where your spirit is shrinking, where your light is dimmed, and where your destiny is delayed. This is why the universe whispers to you in the silence of the night, in the heaviness of your chest, in the restless thoughts that won't leave you alone, because you are not meant to stay, you are meant to rise. And although it may feel like you're walking into emptiness, remember that emptiness is not a void. It is a vessel waiting to be filled with something higher, something brighter, something aligned with your soul. That is why your pain is sacred, Scorpio, because it is the sign that transformation has already begun. And though you cannot see the full picture yet, trust that this ache is proof that you are moving towards something meant for you, not away from it. Scorpio, breaking free is never as simple as people think, because it's not just about leaving a place, a person, or a situation. It's about unchaining yourself from the invisible threads that have kept you bound for far too long. Threads made of guilt, fear, loyalty, and even love. And while others may not see these chains, you feel them tightening every time you think about walking away, making you question your worth, your choices, and even your future. But here is the truth the universe needs you to hear. These chains were never meant to hold you forever. They were lessons, temporary bindings designed to teach you strength, compassion, and resilience. And once the lesson has been learned, you are not supposed to carry the weight any longer. Breaking free will feel terrifying at first, like stepping into the unknown without a map. But what you don't see yet is that the moment you take that first step, the universe meets you halfway, sending signs, synchronicities, and small confirmations that whisper, you are on the right path. This is why you may suddenly see repeating numbers like 1111 or 222. Why you may have dreams of flying or climbing mountains. Why strangers may speak words to you that feel like messages from another realm. Because freedom has an energy of its own, and once you align with it, the world around you begins to shift in your favor. Yes, Scorpio, there will be people who don't understand your decision, who label you as cold, selfish, or distant. But remember this, your soul came into this life not to please others but to evolve, and breaking free is the highest form of loyalty you can show to yourself. Imagine a bird that has always been kept in a golden cage. It may look beautiful from the outside, but inside longs to feel the wind beneath its wings. And that is you right now. Your spirit has outgrown the cage, and no matter how shiny or comfortable it once was, you can no longer deny the call of the sky. The chains are heavy, but the wings of your destiny are stronger. And when you finally break free, you will realize that the loneliness you fear is only temporary. But the freedom you gain is eternal, because every chain that falls away reveals another piece of your true power. And that power is what will carry you into the next chapter of your life. Scorpio, one of the hardest truths you must face is that growth often feels lonely, because when you begin to rise, not everyone can rise with you. And the path that once felt crowded suddenly becomes narrow, quiet, and unfamiliar, leaving you with the heavy question, why does it feel like I'm walking alone? But the loneliness of growth is not a punishment. It is proof that you are transitioning from one version of yourself to another, like a snake shedding its skin, or a phoenix burning into ashes before its rebirth. And in that in-between space, it feels as if you've lost everything while gaining nothing. But in reality, you are gaining the most precious gift of all your true self. You may notice that people who once understood you no longer speak the same language, that conversations feel shallow, that their energy no longer nourishes you. And while it hurts to watch bonds dissolve, understand that this is alignment at work, because your vibration has shifted, and those who cannot match it will naturally fall away. There will be nights where you sit in silence, wondering if you made a mistake by choosing yourself. Nights where tears blur your vision and your heart aches for the comfort of the familiar. But in those very moments, remember that solitude is not emptiness. It is the sacred ground where transformation takes root. The caterpillar must cocoon alone before it can spread its wings. The seed must push through darkness before it can touch the light. And you, Scorpio, must embrace this season of solitude as the passage that carries you into your becoming. Yes, it feels isolating, but this loneliness is where your power is purified, where distractions are stripped away so that your spirit can hear its own voice clearly, without the noise of others, and that voice is guiding you toward greatness. Those who are meant to walk beside you will find you on the other side of this transformation. But for now, trust that being alone is a sacred initiation into your higher self. And though the road may feel empty, every step you take echoes with the presence of the universe, reminding you that you are never truly alone, because even in the silence, divine hands are carrying you forward. Scorpio, after the pain of walking away and the loneliness of breaking free, comes the quiet miracle that you may not yet see, but is already unfolding, the new path that awaits you. A path that has been calling your soul long before your mind could comprehend it. A path designed by the universe with precision, timing, and love. At first, it may not look like much. It may appear as small opportunities, unexpected conversations, or even sudden endings that push you in a direction you never planned. But beneath the surface lies a greater alignment that will only reveal itself when you have the courage to keep moving. Think of it like standing at the edge of a forest. The trail looks dark, uncertain, and unfamiliar. But the moment you step forward, your eyes begin to adjust, and soon you see light filtering through the trees, guiding you deeper toward the clearing. This is how the universe works. Scorpio, it does not give you the full map, only the next step, because faith is built not in knowing the whole journey, but in trusting the process. And as you take each step, you will begin to notice how the right people show up at the right time, how doors you thought were locked suddenly open, how the heaviness in your chest slowly gives way to a lightness you haven't felt in years. This is the blessing of walking away. The path you feared was empty becomes the road to everything you were meant to receive. It may bring you to new relationships that honor your heart, to work that fuels your passion, to spiritual experiences that remind you how deeply you are loved by the cosmos. And yes, there will still be challenges, but they will be different. They will be the kind of challenges that expand you rather than diminish you, the kind that shape you into the highest version of yourself. Remember this, Scorpio. The universe never asks you to release without the promise of renewal, never closes a door without preparing a doorway, and never takes away without the intention to multiply. So even if you can't see the destination, trust that the path ahead is not random. It is sacred, it is written, and it is waiting for your brave footsteps to bring it to life. Scorpio, as you take those brave steps forward, the universe will not leave you without guidance, because when you are walking away from something that once defined you, the divine always places hidden signs to remind you that you are not lost but led. These signs may appear subtle at first, like numbers repeating on the clock 1111, 222, 333, whispers from the cosmos telling you that alignment is unfolding. Or perhaps you will see feathers on your path, coins on the ground, or hear songs that speak directly to the feelings in your heart. And though others may dismiss them as coincidence, you will know deep within that these are confirmations meant only for you. Some of you may dream vividly of journeys, of flying, of doors opening, and when you wake, the images linger as if they are more than dreams, because they are messages carried from the spirit world, nudging you to keep going. Others may notice sudden synchronicities, like meeting someone who says exactly what you needed to hear, or crossing paths with a stranger who feels strangely familiar. And these encounters are not accidents. They are breadcrumbs placed on your path to remind you that even in the unknown, you are guided. And perhaps the most powerful sign you will feel is the quiet shift within your soul, the moment when the heaviness begins to lift, when your tears no longer sting but cleanse, when your silence feels peaceful instead of empty, because that is how you know the universe is walking with you. Remember, Scorpio, the pain of departure is temporary, but the signs of guidance are eternal. They are the language of the divine, assuring you that while you must walk away, you are never walking alone. So pay attention, because the very symbol you've been waiting for may appear in the simplest moment, and when it does, you will know beyond doubt that your time to depart is not an ending, but a sacred beginning. Scorpio, as we come to the close of this message, remember this truth. Walking away does not mean you are lost. It means you are brave enough to step into the unknown where your soul can finally breathe, grow, and expand into the destiny written for you. The pain you feel now is only the shadow of the light that is waiting ahead. The loneliness you carry is only the silence before the song of renewal begins. And every tear you shed is watering the seeds of your rebirth. So do not fear this departure, for it is not the end of your story, but the beginning of a chapter filled with strength, freedom, and divine alignment. And if these words have stirred something within you, if you feel the universe speaking to you through this message, then hold on to that knowing and let it guide your next step. I invite you to share in the comments what you feel ready to walk away from, because your story may inspire another Scorpio who is searching for courage tonight. And if you found comfort here, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, because together we are building a community where no one walks their journey alone. Thank you for allowing me to speak into your heart. Thank you for your trust. And thank you for being the resilient, powerful soul that you are. Until we meet again in the next message, may you walk with courage, embrace your transformation, and trust that the universe is holding your hand every step of the way.